Ruler Gang. What's good, man? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Ruler Gang, and I'm back with another video, man. We talking about little Durk conspiracy theories. This picture he got right here with Jay-Z. Let's talk about it, man. But before we get into it, man, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe, man. And click that notification bell so you get notified when I drop new content. Now, a lot of people was talking about this picture that I got up next to me. I posted it in my story, and I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and do a video on this real quick so I can talk to the people about it, because I see how the comments started out on my page. Now, I know a lot of bloggers have been talking about Lil Durk lately. They've been talking about King Von, the whole O Block situation. I've been talking about it a little bit, but I've mostly been going in on these bloggers who've been lightweight talking crazy on the net. But apparently, last night, Durk had a actual show. He did some work with Beyonce. I think he was like a surprise guest at the actual Beyonce concert out in LA. Now, apparently, while he was out there, he linked up with the GOAT, Jay-Z. And we're going to get into a lot of it. He actually got a post up on his page right now. Let me see if I can. I want to make it bigger because I know I got the screen small. But he got a post up on his page right now, Lil Durk. Trenches to billions. Now, check gang. Before we get into the conspiracy theories and all of that stuff, I just want to talk about, like, if you've been following Durk for a long time, you know that Durk has looked up to Jay-Z for a long time. Even going as far as to calling himself like Chicago's Jay-Z. Whatever that means, you know. He feel like he is to Chicago what Jay-Z is to New York. A lot of people in these comments, though. You know, you got Wooka Duck in there. You even got Snoopy BA up in there, though. You feel what I'm saying? But you got a lot of people up in here talking about, you know, things like that, man. Let's get into it, though. Here goes a comment that's based upon, like, some of the stuff that I really wanted to get into. Don't FW or don't mess with that Illuminati AN. All right. So we got a lot of people online who trying to, like, you know, put. This is how I feel. I feel like we got a lot of people who trying to put a Fed case on Lil Durk. I feel like a lot of people is like anticipating him getting a Fed case, or like you got some people asking, going as far as asking why wasn't he indicted or in the O Block situation, or well, he's informant E, or I'm not informant, but not what was it, like he was I don't know. He has a letter which is E, not informant, but more so like somebody who's like a person of interest in the case, unindicted co-conspirator type thing. We know that it's him because they actually mentioned his brother, talk about his brother getting knocked down or whatever. But a lot of people are just saying like he should be indicted. We got people talking about the case that happened down in Atlanta. Like why didn't he get indicted? Did he tell King Von? We had King AK-47, the idiot, trying to like prove his point as to why that should have happened as well, right? Now, with that being said, you know, I feel like Lil Durk then came a long way in his career. At one point in time, Lil Durk's career was over. It was finito. It was a wrap. And then he kind of rebranded himself and got with the right producers. You know what I mean? And he ended up being, you know, what he is today, what we become to know of him today. But that didn't come without scrutiny. He lost a lot of people. He lost a manager. He lost a cousin. He lost friends. He lost his brother. He lost one of the biggest artists that probably would have been came out of Chicago since Chief Keef and King Von. King Von was definitely going to be the big thing. So a lot of people is, you know, saying, you know, certain things about it. I say, you know, he got with Jay-Z, like that's a good look. That's a big look for him. Then comes the other side of the conversation. First and foremost, before we go into the Illuminati thing, let's just look at who Jay-Z is connected to and how people is going to point this out for Lil Durk. Now you say, all right, well he with Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Jay-Z is somebody that's big in the industry and all of these good things about Jay-Z, but we can't forget about the Roc Nation CEO, Desiree Perez, who got the Trump pardon, who actually is in paperwork, who actually cooperated with other people. She actually is the police. I mean, she's not a police officer, but she actually cooperated in her case back in 1994. You can get into actually all the paperwork, and you can see where she actually cooperated, what her cooperation was, and all of that. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but she works for Jay-Z. So soon as I put that actual picture up that I'm showing right now, that's the first thing people talked about is, well, he with Jay-Z, you know what I mean? But Jay-Z is affiliated with an informant, or he runs with informants. Now, I ain't gonna go as far as to say that Jay-Z runs with informants, but it's obvious that somebody who works for Jay-Z is actually working for them people. And other people say Jay-Z is going to get him out of his situation, but it comes with a cost. He about to join Gotti, Meek, and the rest of them. Step in line, Jay-Z going to have his hand in Chicago. Finally, Kanye wasn't giving it to him. Now, I don't know about the whole Kanye scenario situation, but this picture is a little odd. And it took for a couple comments for people to kind of look at it for me. It's kind of like a why now? Like Jay-Z, when he first reached out to, let's just say, people like Drake. When he first reached out to J. Cole, he grabbed J. Cole and was close to J. Cole, him coming up. Like Jay-Z had been around a lot of rappers at certain points of times in their careers. And depending on what time he got with you during your career, dictated how well your career went after he embraced you. So if it's a Meek Mill situation for Lil Durk, then his career is going to go down. But he may be able to be free and not be in jail and have whatever power at his disposal that Jay-Z has with the judicial system, seeing how he got Meek Mill or helped get Meek Mill out of jail and anybody else that, associated with him, but they didn't have a career afterwards. Meek Mill really ain't got no career right now. Since Meek Mill got out of jail, I mean, what music have we gotten from Meek Mill that's even worth talking about? Durk has his own thing going on. I don't know if Durk is going to sign to Roc Nation, but if Durk does sign to Roc Nation or does some type of deal with Roc Nation, I don't see how it's going to help his career. Roc Nation does a lot of different things, like with concerts and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I don't see how a relationship with Jay-Z is going to help him further his career. Jay-Z really hasn't broken many artists, right, on his own. As well as I haven't seen too many artists on that Roc Nation roster that Jay-Z actually pushed to the next level and they became great stars. And I'm talking about rappers. We ain't talking about singers. Don't get my comments talking about Rihanna and none of that. I don't want to hear that. I'm talking about rappers. Somebody that rap that signed to Roc Nation and their career went up. It just didn't happen. I just don't see it. But at the end of the day, it's Durk. This is the real question. Now that we got all that out the way, is Durk trying to surround himself with Jay-Z because he sees a federal case coming soon? And what would that look like? A lot of people is talking about things with Tay-Town and Lamron and how things was kind of going crazy between them online. I really didn't see, too much things going on in the streets between them. There's a lot of talk online and live streams. But at the end of the day, there's rumors that there are certain things that happened during that home invasion that a lot of people may or may not be talking about or may not be privy to, that Durk actually was the one who allegedly, and these is rumors, and I don't want to go too far into it. It's things about that break-in. We know India allegedly got into the shootout with the individuals that came in the house. It's certain things about that particular case that people are rumoring that the feds is looking into. That's one thing. They've been trying to pull him into this situation with the King Von situation. People, not the feds, people. I highly doubt that the feds is coming at the Durk because of that particular situation. Another thing is, remember, there used to be a lot of different people who was around Durk, including Mimo 600. It's rumored that along with this microscope being microscopic lens being put on OTF by the feds is a reason why Mimo 600 is no longer with him after Mimo keep getting caught with guns. If you look at the YSL case, even when the members was going out getting caught with guns and shooting people and doing all kind of other stuff, they added those things into the indictment to show that this is a ongoing criminal enterprise being ran by these individuals. These are things that they did. At this time, we caught them with this gun. At this time, we caught them doing this and that and that and this, and it keeps going on and on. We also seen him get rid of other people that was around him who were actually doing certain things. So I do feel like Durk is positioned, or tried to position himself in a way where he's building a bunch of safe walls, if that's a word, around him, to where he's not associating himself with people who still doing certain things reckless in the streets that can come back on him and actually help the feds build a bigger case. But this picture with Jay-Z may be a lot more telling than what it is. Jay-Z really don't rock with a lot of people. If we see Durk show up to the next Rock Nation brunch, because I don't think, I gotta look, I would have to Google it, but I don't really recall Durk being invited to no Rock Nation brunches. If we see Durk at a Rock Nation brunch, then we'll know that Durk actually is drinking the Kool-Aid over at Rock Nation. And will his relationship with Jay-Z help him evade a federal indictment? Who knows? Get in the comment section, man. Just let me I want y'all to give me y'all's opinion on this on this picture. Do y'all feel like this is just an innocent picture? And I mean, because it wasn't in Chicago, it was in LA. This was Beyonce's concert. She didn't call the LA artist up to the stage, or she didn't, request the LA artist to be a surprise guest in LA. She called Durk. If she would have made like a stop in Chicago and Durk would have came on stage and been a guest at the show, I don't think we would have thought too much of it. But in LA, you had Durk come out, him and Jay-Z taking these pictures together. With everything that's going on right now, what would make Jay-Z want to be this close to Durk, knowing the type of heat that's on Durk right now? We know Jay-Z, we know the type of person he is. We know he stays far away from that type of activity. What would make Jay-Z say, you know what? I'm going to go against everything that I do. And I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna embrace Durk and all kind of, like, we've never seen Durk and Jay-Z in no pictures together. Why now? In the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Gang.